What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so I'm gonna pull some cards for us and see what we get today, and I hope the reading resonates. So let's see. So we got Two of Swords. So there's some sort of indecision. You have two options, two thoughts. Stuck, stagnant type of energy. Feeling like you can't choose between one or the other. Not moving. So it may have to do with some sort of burden. So you feel burdened. That's the reason why you feel stuck and stagnant in a situation. I'm also getting like overthinking is causing the inability to take action. So it may have to do with it may have to do with the amount of money you give to someone. Or it may be something that you provide to someone. Something that you are providing to someone has something to do with why you feel burdened. You're a great provider. You have a lot of money. But I also feel like money baby what is keeping somebody stuck. They feel stuck because they don't know what to do with their money. They don't know what to invest in. I'm also getting, you know how they talk about people who win the lottery and then they win the lottery. Yes, is a good thing, but it's also they have a lack of financial literacy. They don't know what to do with their money. They don't know how to invest their money. They don't know what's an asset and what's a liability. They don't know. They may actually blow their money. Also, somebody having a lot of wealth could be a burden to them because a lot of people may feel like you should spend your money over here. No, you should invest your money in this. No, you should spend your money with this. You should buy this. Or they may be pulled in a multitude of ways. Their family may be pulling them. Their husband may be telling, okay, so somebody's husband might be telling them, who to spend their money with. And that could be a burden. That's just for a few select people. But it's also like this person being financially like abundant. Like they have a massive amount of money. They have a massive amount of security. Like they could have their own house, their own car, their own business, their boss. They don't mind working. They've accumulated a lot of money. They have a business. They got 401k, whatever, whatever, whatever. They got all of this stuff. But it's also like it it is a burden. They may feel trapped. In order for them to accumulate all of this money, they may be torn between what they actually really want to be doing and where they really want to spend their time. Meaning, like, where do they really want to invest themselves? But I'm also getting like this person could have um, spent a lot of time accumulating all of this wealth, and now that they have it, they don't have anybody to share it with. They don't have a family. They don't have time to spend with their family. They left their family behind. They missed out on a lot of stuff. And I'm also getting like they are all of that stuff is weighing heavy on them, and they've been carrying that baggage around with them all the time. I'm also getting like I'm accumulating all of this wealth means that they don't even really have time to enjoy their money. Stuck and stagnant yet again. So yes, that's the negative. It's like the positive thing is that we got money. But the negative thing is the money ain't really taking you nowhere. The money is what's keeping you stuck. And then they lack the inability to follow their intuition. They lack the inability to follow the wisdom that they've gained. I'm also hearing the fact that they are they have a lot of logical insight. They have a lot of logical knowledge, theoretical knowledge, but they don't have a lot of faith or experiential knowledge. Meaning, like, they got a lot of book sense, but they don't have actual experiential knowledge. They don't have their experience, the experiences to go by as far as wisdom. With them following their intuition, they only have been using the knowledge that they gained through books. And so they just been following this book knowledge and following the crowd and being pulled by what the knowledge of other people instead of their own knowledge, their intuitive knowledge. They haven't been following by faith. What's this? So I got two cards for this. We got loss, regret, disappointment. Yes, Queen of Cups. So like I said, they have not been following their intuitive abilities. They have not been following um what do they see for themselves. And they feel like by them not following their true joy, by them not following what would make them happy, they lost the ability to make themselves happy. They also could have been losing nurturing themselves, trying to pour into everybody else or trying to give to everybody else. And I feel like they did them doing this like was something that was very intense. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But I'm also getting like they did not follow their ambitions. They didn't follow their own mind. They didn't follow their own vision. They lost their ambition. They lost their own vision. And they regret this. Chasing the money, they regret this. So not only did they miss out on the ability, not only did they miss out on the ability to actually find somebody to love, they missed out on family. They missed out on the being able to build a family or start a family. They missed out on the intense pull, something that would give them this intense feeling. And I'm also getting that they're missing out on that spontaneity. Like they're missing out on the ability to be spontaneous. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's late 30 chat. But yes. So this actually flipped over and was in the reverse. So I also felt like that I'm supposed to take it in reverse. So this would have been the Empress in reverse up under this Two of Swords. So that's what I'm getting. Like this person, they lack an established love. They lack a mature, abundant, and lasting connection. And that could be a connection, like an actual connection with another person, or they lack a connection with themselves. They lack the creative abilities. They haven't been creative. They haven't created the life that they want to create for themselves. They've been following the path of other people. I'm also hearing like they have been listening to the judgments of others. They've been following. That's also something that I'm hearing. They have been a follower. They haven't been a leader. They've been being a follower. Yep, that's what it is for higher folk. That's what's been the burden. These teachers, these mentors, these guides. So I also feel like they have been burdened by the guidance of other people instead of the guidance or seeking spiritual guidance from themselves. I also feel like they didn't ask their own spirit. They didn't allow their own spirit to organize their conscious being. And that's another thing too. I also feel like this person was more action oriented than um, emotionally tapped in. I just feel like this, but whoever this is, they wasn't emotionally tapped in. And this could be you or somebody else's energy that you're inquiring about. I don't fucking know, chat. This isn't like so let's just say this. Say you're asking a question about somebody. Maybe this somebody is somebody that you are connected with that's always spending time at work or something like that. And you want to know like what they feeling. So maybe that's what I'm gonna title it. Like, uh, they lost themselves at work or something like that. Child, I don't know. Well, yes. But they solid at work. They stable at work is stable, child. Money is stable. Home, happy home union, black, comfortable, and cozy. So I feel like King of Coins, Four of Wands. So this got to be somebody's husband, child. This what somebody's husband feel like. And this could be about somebody's husband feel like their wife is a burden and they feel stuck in their marriage. And this wife could be possibly uh she regrets something. Maybe this wife regrets being married to this man because he always at home. I mean, he always at work and he ain't never at home. And they seeking spiritual guidance on how to get out of this situation because this is an intense feeling of regret, and they want to make a change, but they also want to do it like they want to be spontaneous about it. Yeah. This there's Two of Swords, Ace of Cups. That meaning like there's stagnancy in their love life. They haven't decided like how to move and keep the love flowing. That's what it is. They feel blocked in love, and I think it's more or less like it's a mind thing though. I'm also hearing if you think whatever like they're thinking is a problem, the problem isn't the problem. Their thinking is the problem. How they think about their love life is the problem. That's what got them in this feeling of regret because of the thoughts that they have been thinking. And I also feel like they're stuck. They're having like these intense thoughts, which is blocking their ability to be empathetic for their partner, which is causing them to have uh, intense feelings of disappointment. So the advice would be, shit, either you leave, which is the tower. This is the true action that you can take. You can suddenly change it, meaning suddenly change it by walking away, letting the relationship go, dropping the burdens, or just or they can just like clear the air by telling the truth. Tell how you really feel. Because I feel like this person is trapped in their head. They haven't been telling how they really feel. And once they talk about it, that will be a breakthrough. That will create this breakthrough energy. Hold on, let me get another card so I can clarify. What is this tower card? Oh, well, we got three of them. I mean, yeah, two of them. So we got the world and four of cups. So, child, yes, that's what this is. They bored, they dissatisfied, they detached, and they detached from this connection. I feel like they bored with the love life. They bored with the world that they have created for themselves, and so they want to destroy this relationship. They want to destroy their current reality because they bored with it. They're bored with this relationship. They disappointed. They regret being married. They regret this choice. They regret carrying all these burdens. They regret the job. And they just detached. They bored. And I'm also feeling like this person don't see no way out. They feel like they don't see a way out. And this is like a deep, intense feeling that they're feeling. Let's hit the bottom of the deck. Yep. Nine of Swords. Nightmare, fears, anxiety. And I feel like these intense feelings haunt their ass. I'm talking about it really haunt them. What's at the bottom of this? Child laid out. A difficult and painful conclusion. Ten of balloons. So basically the Ten of Swords. What's at the bottom of this? Five of Cups again. Loss, regret, disappointment. So, child, I feel like whoever this is, child, you need whoever this is, whether it's you are inquiring about, or whether you're cross watching and you're inquiring about somebody in your external energy, or whether this is for you, you need to let it go, child. Before you hurt somebody or hurt yourself. Let's close it out. But also, what I'm hearing is, before I close this out, also, what I'm hearing is this relationship is a burden. They love what they do for work, they love their job, they love their monetary stability. But this relationship, if it's a relationship, this relationship is a burden to them. But they like their job and they like their money. But they regret getting into this relationship if it's about a relationship. So again, you gotta take it how it applies. What is this? Okay, so we got two cards. I do not need to have money to attract money. You do not have to, so this could be about somebody. They could feel like they stuck in this relationship, or they could be dating this person because they got money. So this could be the person that feel lost. They're lost in their intense thoughts because they're trying to visualize and see a life beyond, or another life outside of being with this man who got money, and they fear walking away because they also fear, like, if I walk away, will I survive without this person, or will I regret walking away from this person? Will I regret crumbling and ending my relationship and ending this world, this reality that I know with this partner? And if I detach, will I be passing and letting a good thing go? But again, this is for them. You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong, and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift your point of attraction, and your attraction will shift, and you will get different results. So that could be also, like I said, their thinking their thinking is the problem. They don't actually have a problem. They don't actually have a problem with emotions. They haven't lost anything. They're having these intense thoughts, but they need to change the way they think. Once they change the way they think and how they perceive what's actually going on, then they can change their own reality. But I also feel like this person is not following thoughts that make them feel good. They're focused on spilled milk. I'm also picking up on they could be focused on, like, stuff that happened in the past, how somebody treated them in the past, all of the things that went wrong in the past, all of the things that made them all of the things that made them feel extremely dissatisfied, all the things that they was extremely dissatisfied with. And they also could be stuck in this energy of how things didn't work out for them in the past, and they haven't moved on from that. But like I said, this other person, they are stuck in theory. So I feel like this other person, they could like, okay, this other person could just be focused on like they're focusing on the imagination, but their imagination is focused on like imagining bad things. So their imagination could be working against them. And the theory of what all bad things could happen if you leave a marriage, or what all bad things could happen if you don't follow these rules and rhetoric, and they haven't weighed the plus and the minus, the pros and the cons from experience, personal experience, and stepping out on faith. And I think that's what this King of Coins has done. This is why they're in the Four Wands, because they are happy. They go and work every day. They work at it every day. That's the big thing. That's the secret. They work. They are constantly working on themselves. That is why they're in the King of Coins. They invest in themselves. And whoever this other person is, they have not been investing in themselves. And I also feel like this person is in a lack mentality. But they lack that's the thing. They lack insight about themselves. They lack self improvement. They lack uh oh they lack they don't have a self image. They don't imagine themselves. They just been imagining bad things. That's what they stuck on. And I feel like they always feel like somebody gotta save them. They keep feel like somebody gotta pour into them. They gotta help them out. And it's like, help yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. So it's like, I can follow the trails of good feeling thoughts. Most people have put anything that earns money in the category of the things that I have to do. And that is why the money often comes so hard. If you're wise enough to follow the trail of good feeling thoughts by deliberately looking for positive aspects along your way, you will come into vibrational alignment with who you really are and with the things you really want. And once you do that, the universe must deliver to you the viable means to achieve your desires. So it's like calibrating with what you really want. This is why, like in my earlier videos, I was like, always talking about tapping in with yourself, spending a lot of time with yourself, monitoring your own thoughts, knowing what it is that you want for yourself, and then question, like not being like being able to question how you feel. Do you even know why you feel the way you feel? What's making you feel like that? Get down to the root of it. And then once you start figuring out what you don't want, you know what you do want. And then money is just a symbol anyway. It's a measuring stick. It's kind of like your report card. And you only want the money because you feel like the money is going to help you buy the things that you feel like going to make you happy. And it ain't even really the money that you want. It's the things that the money buys that you want. And then you making the material items have dominion over you when you supposed to have dominion over the material. How you gonna make something outside of you control how you feel? That's why I said the thinking, the thoughts that they have, that's a paradigm. And they built the paradigm. And that's the problem. So yeah. That's what I get for that. I hope this reading resonated for somebody. I hope that it was helpful. And that somebody was able to get something out of it. No matter what it was, chat. So, I will talk to y'all in the next one.